And we are back. These guys know too much. I couldn't let them leave. I said we got to talk more about all the stuff that we didn't get to talk about. First half of the half hour of the first show, everybody, tune in. Valuable information. That's all I need to say. It was valuable for anybody who is serious about owning a house. You know anybody who owns a house is serious about their house? Anyone? Anyone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody,
Yeah,
right?
Everybody.
Yes.
It should be anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything else you buy loses value.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I mean, maybe your stocks, but some they're going like this, and that's a separate deal. But a house, man, people, that's what they pass on, right? That's what or they sell it and then retire on it, right?
Yeah.
Well, we say it all the time. You don't buy a house and live happily ever after. And there's no such thing as a maintenance free. I mean, even though everything we put on is maintenance free, it still has to be maintained, has to be clean, kept up, make sure that everything is going to keep the water out. Remember, we discussed that in the first one, things getting wet on the inside, or even stuff that be deteriorated on the outside that gets wet. You got to protect everything. And there's no such thing as a happy ending with a home.
Got to continue.
You got to keep it up.
Got to maintain. Yeah, maintenance is huge. How important is it? We didn't talk about that. We had a few roofing guys on it.
Yeah.
That one never came up either. They talked about it. They're all good, but what's the maintenance for a roof?
Maintenance, so many things could happen. Number one, which is a big thing, of course, we just got through the holidays, right? Yeah. How many people nailed their lights to the roof?
Oh, yeah.
Especially down the valleys and across the ridge lines and put nails to the roof. What's going to keep that water from coming in where the nails were at, where the lights were at? You see what I'm saying? And things like that.
Right.
You have a plumber get up there and decide he's going to run a wire down your soil pipe. What if he throws your cigarette down or a bunch of screws down and steps on them into your shingles and tears your shingles up? See, there's foot travel, there's bird travel. You got a set of berry bushes in the back, and the birds eat the berries and they deposit them on your roof line, if you know what I'm saying. There's all kinds of things that happen to them roofs.
Well, most people probably climb up on their roof and examine it once a month, right?
Well, I don't recommend it.
Nobody does that.
Yeah,
who gets on their roof?
Because
you go up there. I'm not going up there.
There are inspections. You can hire a professional to come out and inspect it, and be a lot less than you falling off that roof.
That's us.
Yes.
That's us.
Well, how often? I mean, how valuable is that free inspection? I've heard a few people do that.
You should do
Take advantage of it, right? They're not requiring you buy anything.
Exactly.
You come out there because you might find something that they have a problem with, but
exactly.
a good roofing guy isn't going to say, hey, they don't have anything really wrong here, but let's tell them they do. That's all going to come out in the wash, right?
Well, them are the ones you want to avoid. That's not what you want. You want to make sure they're viable. Now today it's a lot easier. It wasn't years ago, it wasn't, but now you got a phone. Right. You can take pictures of everything, and you can take them down, and you can show them exactly if you have a problem, what it is.
Yeah.
And of course, it's up to them whether they want to fix it right then and there, how important it is. You got to give them an idea how important it is, so they know if it's something that needs to be dealt with immediately, or they got time to do something with it. But there's things that happen. We've had squirrels eat the top of the leads on a soil pipe, and you got to replace that soil pipe flashing because the squirrels are eating the lead off the top of it. Things like that happen.
It's a dead squirrel not too long after that, I guess.
No, they love that. They love that lead. Yeah, they love it.
Okay,
they do. They eat it.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You'd be amazed at what squirrels eat.
All right, everybody. I'm learning so much here. Please take note of this whole interview, all right?
Yeah.
But literally, I mean, okay.
We're going off a little bit on
No, that's good stuff. I mean, the whole point is that hopefully people understand you as a business person, and just say, hey, I want to start a business too. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to do. Mm-hmm. I think that's good for our planet and our country and our planet. And so, but how many people just don't even take the leap because they're so afraid and all of that? And then let's get into who are the guys who do service what we need around our community. Roofing, super important.
Absolutely.
And beyond that, maybe you'll pick these guys.
And we can't do them all. So we don't discourage people from going into business, being a roofing company or a cider or gutter company or anything of that nature, or a landscaper if they want to be.
How many
we don't discourage that because we can't do them all.
Sure. You just can't, and that's the way competition in life is. If you think, but that's why the guys who are successful, you can tell when somebody's successful, ladies and gentlemen. Write this one down because they encourage competition. Yeah. They know they're going to win. enough as it is,
Sure.
if not everyone, but I mean, you get a bid from 2 or 3 people, you get that 67% of the time or whatever, and you're doing well because they got your reputation. You've been around for 41 years. You got 5 stars. You got A+.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got a great reputation.
Sure.
And we've even trained a lot of people that start their own business.
Yeah,
and
we're in competition with a lot of people that I've taught to roof. Honestly, and
They worked for you and then started a company.
Sure.
Yeah,
I've got no problem. My own son works. Another one of my sons works for another roofing company, and I give him trouble all the time because he's taking my secrets. So I can see him doing it. I said, "Hey, you're not supposed to give that away. That's my secret."
That's a family secret, right? I got you.
Sorry.
Is he getting kicked out of the family?
glad it works for
Vincent's doing okay. He's sticking around. He'll be all right. He's not
he's
getting kicked
there.
out of the will.
He's there.
All right.
Neither is he.
Here's the guy.
He's the one. He's the one I'm punishing. He gets it.
Yes, there is a little more control you have to say, if you actually work for me, here's what because you don't get to get the free lunch today. You've got to pay for lunch. Okay.
I got to be nice to him now. I get vacation next month.
Right? Well, you've earned it. You've done this for a while, so you just absolutely deserve that.
That's true.
See how much fun we have here talking on our show, ladies and gentlemen. I love what I get to do, so I took the leap myself. I worked for corporate America most of my life, and wonderful experiences, but I wanted to do something more, I felt like I could contribute more to the community, and thanks for coming on the show to help me do that. So
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for having us. And now, I mean, owning a business is great. Got the responsibility and stuff. But if it's something that you're passionate about, it makes it even that much better. You know what I mean?
If you think you're going to own a business because you don't have to do what people tell you to do, you're exactly wrong.
I got a couple quotes there. Let me tell you if you've heard this one. You guys are hitting on all of them. These guys are geniuses. I love it. Carter, be careful when you start your. My dad said this to me. He worked for a college for 53 years. Love my dad. So talk to you some days. I talk to him every day. And I said, Dad, I want to start my heels. Be careful because you get to call the shots. You're the owner. And now you don't just have one boss. Every client you have,
Every single one of them
is your boss.
Right.
Is that true?
Every single one.
Calling the shots is one thing. Calling the right shot, that's the big one. That's the big one.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
But you still would encourage people.
Yeah.
Because you had another point there that I just forgot about, but we'll rewind this. Rewind what I just said there because Vincent made a great point there about something. I forget what it was because I'm old and forget things. But there's passion. That was it.
You gotta
yes.
be passionate.
Thank you. See, the younger guys, they understand it. He's much younger than me. 1 year. Went to, where'd you go?
I went to Fox and Northwest. Yeah.
And Northwest. Oh, you went to both. Okay, I got friends of both. I went to Lutheran South. Shout out to Cody Schrader. He's going to play his first game playing in the NFL for these, not St. Louis Rams. I was about to say St. Louis Rams.
No.
The LA Rams.
LA Rams. Yeah.
And Cody and I got to talk. I said, Cody, great job. He's the first player out of Lutheran South to go to the NFL. He's not the first pro football player, though. You know who that was? Maybe. I kicked for the Missouri Monsters back in the day. I got paid. I didn't get paid much, but I got paid, and that was one of my goals after my coma to become a professional athlete. I did it when I was 39, so how about that? All right, we can all reach our goals if we just never give up.
Yeah. Never give up. Yep, write it down and keep moving forward.
And if you do what you love, if you have a passion, you said, if you do what you love, you'll never
stop. You keep going. You're never working
a day in your life.
Yep.
You got it. All right, I love it. These guys are awesome. All right, so tell me a time, or tell me this one happens. We kind of go watch this whole interview because we've talked, and I hate doing this to set mistakes, but that's what happens. Life is full of mistakes. You learn from mistakes. You have to make mistakes. But what do you see, and hopefully as a consumer, you don't make mistakes because they could be very expensive. That's what you're here to help people stop from doing.
Right.
What's the biggest mistake people make when they've got a roof problem?
The biggest one that I've seen when they have a roof problem is that they assume and they jump ahead of everything. They don't call a roofing company to come out and inspect the roof. They instantly call their insurance company or they call their brother that supposedly put a roof on 10 years ago. You got to call a roofing company for us to come out, we'll inspect, and we'll tell you, yes, you have something wrong. No, you don't have nothing wrong. Yes, call your insurance company. No, don't call your insurance company. And we'll help you through those processes.
And it's the mistake they make. They call the insurance company first.
Right.
And who's the insurance company? I mean, they're a business. They're like, hey, let's see how many claims we can pay today.
Right.
That's not what they're doing.
And they might, and the damage, they might not have enough damage where they'll get claimed.
Right.
But they're going to get a claim against them because
They called in.
They called in.
Okay.
So I mean, you got Call professionals first.
Call the guys who know what they're doing. Hey, you know anybody, Gold Star Roofing and Exteriors, everybody. They can take care of what you need, and they've been doing it for 40. I'll do this for fun. Ready? They do this for 40. I'm gonna put up. Give me camera number one. There it is. 40, 4, 1, not 30, not 20, not 10. 41.
Years.
See the rings there, everybody? Now they might remember that.
Yeah, I seen the rings flash.
Bling, bling. I do this for fun. There's my semi-pro. I got put in a semi-pro Hall of Fame. It's not all about, but I'm lucky to be alive. So these guys are making a difference. Way to go. I've given them your little castle hats. If you want to show those up real quick. There they are. These guys were invited to be on our show, and I'm proud to give them, it says at the top on those new hats, we were on the Your Little Castle show.
Yep.
And they... we only do about, this year we'll probably do 250 different guest businesses, and there's 40,000 in St. Louis. So if you want to be on the show, get a hold of us. It fills up quickly. But we love helping businesses in St. Louis do what they do and share what they're good at. So I wanted to show a little bit that you've got Owens Corning. Why do you prefer them a little bit? There's a lot of great companies, and you use a few of them, and some you like better than others, or whatever. You just explain what your philosophy there is a little bit, if you want.
We love the product that they give us to start with, and it's really good. We use their duration shingle, which is a laminated architect shingle, which comes with a special nailing pattern and extra sealant, where it seals down and goes up to 130 mile an hour winds. They come with their own ice and water shield, their own starter strips, their own hip and ridge. They have their own ventilation.
Underlayment.
One of the big things that we have in the years in past, during hailstorm and storm damage situations throughout the United States, manufacturers have a bad habit of running the materials through too fast, and it happened to us. And it's been, I think 2012 was the main hail year that it was, that shingles were going bad. And we were putting several different types of manufacturing roofing materials on at the time. And the only one that we found that would back the material up the best was our Pink Panther, the Owens Corning. And they would actually have us completely take the roofs off and put new roofs on to replace them to make the job right for the homeowner.
Okay.
And because of that, we stay faithful to them.
And they're a real good partner to have, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A real good partner to have, and they're someone that you can trust with your client, with your customer through the years. So that's why we keep getting repeat business, you know.
There you go. Well, there's a system here that is in place when multiple people have to be involved.
Right.
It's hard to manufacture roofing, distribute the roofing, and build the roofs. That's not,
Right.
I don't know, is there anybody that does that? There's nobody that does all at once, right?
No,
Not that I'm aware of.
no,
Not us little planet.
no.
That's why Elon, everybody, is building a new thing on Mars so that they can start over and just get everything and say, we're going to do it this way. But I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to pass on that one.
Yeah, that's a little. I don't know why you're messing with that. We have so much on this planet that is not used.
That's
There's
true.
like you just drive out Highway 70, like 7 miles past Wentzville, and all you see is trees on the left and trees on the right.
That's true.
And there's just so much we haven't used here, and we haven't messed it up yet. There.
That's true.
But so
Or
much.
go
of it.
the other way to Illinois, and all you have is farmland, you know.
Right. So well, let's take care of this little planet. But we got a lot here.
You
We
know,
need to.
St. Louis metropolitan area and surrounding counties and that it has almost as many people as the whole state of Wyoming. So I mean that's something to think about.
That's
know.
true. Well, we talked about there's fun going in our world, and not to get into political stuff, but Greenland has come up. There's 60,000 people that live in Greenland.
Yeah.
60,000?
Yeah.
There are 45,000, which are two different numbers.
Yeah.
And that's
makes you wonder why they stay there. You know.
It's a little colder up there. It's the Iceland is green, the Greenland is Iceland.
Yeah.
Somebody told me. My buddy Orion, he's from Norway. Tell me what's better over there. You might have been over there, Orion. But Orion was our all-star soccer player. We went to the state championship 2 years in a row. Sudden death overtime goal scored here to send us their first year. But Orion, great guy. But our little planet.
We don't provide services in Greenland yet. Just so you all know that yet.
Not yet.
Or
Not
Iceland,
yet.
no.
Or Iceland, no.
Never say never. But
Not yet.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit. If somebody says, "I love you guys, man. I'm sold. You guys are good. I can trust you. I want to get this thing done right." Verbally because I know they could go to your web and figure it out. But why don't you tell them real quick? What's the easiest way to get started with you guys if they want to hire you guys?
Well, first of all, they got to call us. We come out, we inspect, we'll walk through everything. If they decide they want to hire us, then we'll go over the contract. We'll put up a contract together. We'll go over it. We'll sign it. We'll pick colors of Owens Corning, duration. We'll pick a color. you know, sign invoice, sign lien waiver. Then we go to the supplier. We pay the supplier, you know, get the shingles ready, and then, hey, we're going to be out 2 weeks from now, you know, on this date for this or this, or maybe this week on this date for this or this, depending on.
They pick their stuff, you got to get it
material,
shipped in, and material.
Depending on
materials
material,
is usually the thing.
whether it's on hand or whether they got to ship it in. And naturally, you know, depending on how backed up we are also, because, you know, we have a bunch of crews working, but, you know, we get backlogged as well. It's not like we could do 100 roofs in one day, so
right.
It takes a while.
Well, why would you rush that? I would assume
Can't
that
rush it.
if there's a problem, somebody has an urgent issue, and you would tarp it or put something over to cover it.
Yeah, we'll do an
make sure-
emergency repair. You know, something to stop it from leaking. Whatever we can see and whatever we find. You know, tarp. You know, maybe we have to put a couple of shingles in. You know, maybe we need to replace a vent or something. You know, those are emergency services, and
One of the things with the insurance work is like, again, too, this is where the exterior part comes. We handle everything that is damaged on your home on the exterior.
Okay.
We have people that we do all of that.
Okay, so it's not just going to be the
It's
roof.
It's not just the
It could be
shingles.
the siding,
yeah.
the gutters.
siding, gutters,
Interiors.
fascia, soffit, windows, doors,
Okay.
roof, flashings.
Yeah, with the new roof come, we
Anything
always
on
put
the
all new
exterior.
flashings, because all new flashings, new vents, anything like that, all new venterage, you know, all that gets replaced with it. And we use we also use our underlayment is a synthetic felt, which technically could be left under felt for 6 months, but we don't allow that. When we leave at the end of the night, whatever's felted is shingled, the shingles are on it. So that we're not left open for any kind of weather that could get in your house when we're not there.
How important is that felt?
Very important.
Why is that so important? I think I understand, but you're the expert.
Water, not only water, but your dew, your frost, your snow will set on them shingles. And early in the morning, if you'll notice, it's coldest in the morning, like between 4 and 7.
Okay.
Well, the top of that liquid isn't going anywhere, but your home is heating it up underneath, and it's backing up in them shingles. And it's got to set on something. Now, you want to set it on your plywood or your wood or your deck and take a chance of rotting it out every time that,
Sure.
you got this underlayment, where if it gets up in there, underlayment holds it and gives it a chance for all that to dissipate out of there in the morning once the sun comes out and it dries out. Or in this case, for instance, I don't know when they're going to watch this show, but we're icy outside now.
Yeah.
That ice isn't going anywhere, but it is underneath, because the heat of this home is going to heat the bottom of the ice and back it up in your shingles. Well, that underlayment keeps it from getting inside your house.
That's okay. That's what. Okay, I knew it was there. It was a filter, a shield,
Vapor barrier.
But
it's a
vapor
vapor barrier.
Okay, vapor barrier. I hadn't heard that one either.
Yeah.
And that's important. Just to help people understand. Tell me if I'm understanding this correctly. And another great note there to write it down. I put the hat on. We're talking about how we're saving lives here. Literally, like people can't pay your bills because you don't have a place to live. I mean, there's all kinds of problems that could come about. But we shoveled Mom's driveway the other day. But she was the third driveway we did. Did my driveway, did my girlfriend's Airbnb driveway, and during the day in the sun, and got it done, and it looks like it was just cleared off, and it's great. By the time we got to Mom's, the sun had gone down. I had 4 hours of meetings and appointments and discussions and stuff I had to take care of, and so I'm like, I need to take a nap. I was working until 3 in the morning again, but I got up going. Anyway, by the time it's 5 o'clock, getting a little bit dark, let's get this to dark, but now the sun has actually melted.
Excuse me.
Little cough there. That's all right.
Yeah.
We all have coughs periodically. That's all right. I could have turned your mic down. That's what he was tapping me. I didn't turn the mic down. Go ahead.
That's why I was trying to cover it.
You're good. All right, there we go. But hey, man, it's all right. We get it. But by the time we got there, is this what happened? Same kind of thing happened. The ice had melted a little bit. Snow had melted a little bit, and then it got cold, and then it froze.
Right.
And now we shoveled as much of the snow as we could, but she had a layer of ice then.
Right.
That was maybe worse.
Yeah.
And so, and the same effect, but it's not just freezing and sitting on cement. It's melting and going into the roof.
Right.
And if you don't have a good underlayment, or that's been torn, or they drove a nail through it for the Christmas lights. Okay.
Same as along the gutter's edge. We have an ice and water shield, it's called. And that actually, you got to pull a tape off of the back of that, and that seals down to the plywood for an underlayment. should your gutter back up? You know how the gutter backs up? How does snow and the ice builds up on
Yeah.
it? You got that ice and water shield on there, and that water can't back up onto your plywood and rot it out because it's got that ice and water shield stuck to it. There's no way of getting between it and the wood, and that's a big deal to have.
And you've talked about it at some discussion. We've talked about so much today. We're going on we've been here for 47 hours now, and I love it. But we've been for a while. But you talked about it at some point. Was that discussion before game, or was that pre-game discussion, or was that during the game? Where the codes are so
The codes
important
are changed now. Where you
And
got to
you
have the
have- and they
ice
do-
and water shield.
now. Help people understand it. And I do some housing stuff, and I've had my mortgage license for a long time now. And bottom line is, the reason you want home values, you want those codes, is so that the home values stay up, and that brings the whole
Absolutely.
neighborhood value up,
Yeah.
and keeps everybody's investment worth more.
Well, to keep your American dream, to keep your home in good shape for yourself, even. I mean, now the codes calls for it along the eaves, which we do that. But it's also important to us too to run it up your valleys if you have valleys, because that's another place where snow and your ice builds up, and it could back up more than it does just in the main part of your field of your roof. You see
And we're
what I
not
mean?
talking about the valley where you went fishing and whatever down by the Merrimack River where I grew up.
No,
We're talking about the valley where the roof turns and whatever.
Right.
Let's throw a couple pictures on
Yeah,
it.
where the gable comes in. Sure.
Right, and we've got that's a
Right here.
decent example right
Right
there.
here, yeah.
Let me put this on the screen for everybody. But yeah, I mean, literally, you now have a lot of concern with the roof because if you're not getting these valleys taken care of, this house has got a lot of them. Good example, I guess, for what you're talking about. And if you don't have these all taken care of, there's your website. But here's your Facebook page, and lots of great pictures you've got out there. Let's take a look. But man, how many valleys are in there? That's that
Yes.
when it turns one way and goes the other. Right over here in the middle,
Yes.
there's a big
Where
valley.
where the angles meet the main roof. You got to have, and even that particular one shows a copper valley in it, which is fine. But even before we put an open valley, which most of your shingles are what's called a California, but this type of here, even that before you put the metal on there, you put that ice and water shield down and then the metal inside there, just in case that you have snow and ice that would back up and
And that's required by code now.
but required by code, yes.
And if you don't have it, somebody's not putting it on. They're saving money.
Right.
They're going to save you $600 in materials or less.
And putting your American dream at risk.
Yeah, you're going to wake up one day and have all kinds of stuff and get a new roof
Right.
in the house. They might even say your house is totaled.
It could happen.
Demolish the house
happen,
potentially.
yeah.
I'm not trying to,
Get
but I've
them-
seen that happen.
Yeah, don't scare them too bad, but yeah, it can't happen very often.
Can't happen. No, I've seen that, not often, but it
Hopefully,
has.
if they get a leak, they do something about it.
Right.
Now, it takes a long time for that to happen.
Sure. Well,
So a lot of cases, when it gets to that point, it's because the homeowner didn't react and maintain their home.
back to get an inspection just for free
Right.
from you guys whenever it's convenient. Maybe during the spring or the fall where it's not so hot or cold, but
Sure.
Just call us as long as it ain't snowing, as long as there ain't ice out, and as long as it ain't raining, we'll be out there.
okay.
Now, if you need an emergency, call us and we'll try to get out there and take care of it for you as quick
Yeah,
as we
a
can.
week or
even
2
in the
weeks
rain.
from today, the temperature's going to be up again, and all the snow and ice is going to be gone, and it's going to hold you up for world.
That's where people, I was like, guys, I'm not shoveling my driveway because this stuff will melt by spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Yeah, right.
But we don't
And then comes a delivery guy and breaks his leg out there, and you got a problem.
No, that's why I covered a little.
Or your mom come over and
Right.
twist her ankle, then you're really in trouble.
Yes, that's liability.
In your case, maybe mom shouldn't have been the fourth one. Just saying.
Well, it was a matter of just proximity, and that's a business for my girlfriend. And they were coming in at 3 o'clock, so we're like, if this thing takes longer than that, we got out of there at 1.
She has to have it.
And you
Sure.
got it there. And mom will be all right as long as she doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
She just bought a new minivan or slash
Got it.
Pacifica, whatever they call
The
it.
Pacifica.
smart
Yeah.
TV where she can get what she
Yeah,
wants, right?
and she
SUV.
should have. I said, "Mom, let me be there," and she went and bought it. And I'm like, "Hey, friends, man. Anyway, well, that's a mom. Love you." Got you. But my buddy would have made a phone call, and she wanted to get it done. She got taken. They did great for her, but it worked out. But she's now because she was driving a car that was 14 years old. I'm like, Mom. Nobody does that. Why? She's like, I'm saving money. I'm like, you're 80. Mom's older than me. How old are you? She doesn't hide it. They're about to do a 60 years teaching, 20th anniversary of when they named the auditorium after my mom.
So you try to get yourself in trouble, man.
John
You're going
did.
to age your mom
I
on
just
national TV.
They figured it out, I think.
She got an auditorium named after her? Really?
What's that?
She got an auditorium named after her?
The Judy Rethwish Auditorium, yes.
Well, I'll be.
Afton High School, yes.
Nice.
Pretty
Well,
proud
I'll
of
be
it.
darned, yeah.
Well, it's a good example. I'm not trying to, but throw it out there fun. I put it out there because, hey, work hard, help people. She hasn't made a ton of money. She's done okay, but she's really happy with her life because she helped make an impact on this little planet. And we're all trying to do that, right? If you want to be happy, that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
If you want to be mad or upset, or then to take advantage of people, do what's wrong, get away with something for a minute, and then pay the price the rest of your life.
And move to Mexico.
And move to some, go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else.
Crazy, these people. I don't understand. Why would you ever take advantage of anybody ever for anything? It comes back. Everybody's got.
You always get caught.
It comes out, man.
You always get caught.
I was lucky. I mean, people are like, Carter, you act like you were an angel. No, I didn't act like I was an angel. I was forced to be an angel. My mom was over my shoulder every minute when I walked anywhere, and I felt. And I did a couple of stupid things like every kid, but man, I'm lucky. I had parents that were so strict. So sounds like you've done well here, raising this young man and your brothers. How many brothers and sisters you guys got?
I had 6 kids.
Yes.
3
6
girls,
kids.
3 boys.
3
yeah.
boys, 3 girls. Yeah.
Time that you did it right. God was looking. You get 3 of each, right? Sometimes you
there
get
it
7
is.
girls and 1 boy. But
And then I got
They-
another brother
they
and
each
sister
got
on my
their-
mom's side. So I got quite a few.
there you go. Great family. That's what we're talking about. A couple pictures I do want to show here. We're almost through another half hour, everybody. Sorry for.
Wow.
We're helping people here. Let's talk about it. This is a nice picture. This is what's called a ridge vent. Am I right?
Yes.
That is
We
correct.
talked about that.
Yes,
Why
it
is
is.
a ridge vent so important?
That allows a trap there in your attic to get out of there, so that you don't have what's called condensation building up on the inside of your rafters and your sheeting, and causing it to sweat, rot, and deteriorate.
Right.
This here gives it a chance for the hot air and to come out of there, so that you don't have that condensation inside of your attic.
Why is so?
It's got to breathe.
Oh, so yeah, right. But I was gonna say, is that code now, or is that just a feature?
That's not code. That's something that we recommend highly.
Yeah, it's just a feature I'm talking about, but something that's critical for the longevity
Yes,
of a
it
house.
is. Mm-hmm.
But you talked about when you were on here earlier. Again, when were we talking about it? It's okay to reiterate because not everybody's
Yep.
watched every minute of the whole show. 15-year warranties was standard. Now they're lifetime or 30
Limited
years?
lifetime.
But 15 years when I started, and then they went to 20, and then the 25, and they still have the 25-year shingle, but nobody sells it. So now it's even the architect shingle that we have a lifetime, it was a 30-year they considered it, but now it's a lifetime shingle.
Limited lifetime liability, yeah.
Okay, I jumped around here on a couple of my questions. I want to go back and hit one real quick. Technology has really changed the way this is
Technology's
done. What are
changed
some
a
of the
lot.
core technologies that help? We've got 30 seconds.
All right, well, you got the roof scopes, you got the estimating, which equals out with the insurance companies, so we know
They
our
check
prices
everything
are pretty
now.
close. Yeah. You got the drones that could fly up and take pictures. You have apps that you could use off your phone to take pictures that helps with measuring and estimating and actually giving pictures for us to use for part of the proposal. So
It goes on and on.
on and on.
You
and
talked about
on
when you
and
were
on
first
and
getting
on.
started.
Yeah, computers.
Yeah, it was a
Vince,
typewriter.
your
Yeah, we
typewriter,
used a
right?
typewriter. Then we got a typewriter that printed a sentence out before wrote the sentence before you printed it out, and then we finally got the yellow
The Amber
computers, and that was just wonderful, you know.
Well,
And
that's-
it was hard to get me away from them.
It's nice he
you know.
shares that because he's been doing this for so long and
Yeah,
the experience
yeah.
shows. Thanks you guys for staying tuned for another rendition of the Your Little Castle Show. We know you learned a lot here today, everybody. Giddy up.